So on this year's Rockin' New Year's Eve, Green Day played, and during their performance, they played American Idiot. As you already know, this song is one of Green Day's biggest songs and is nearly 20 years old. It's going to be 20 years old later this year, shit. So it should be common knowledge that this song is a political song, or more specifically, this song takes a hard stance against the Republican Party. But no, people don't get that. This song was made during the Bush administration, and also made in the wake of the Iraq War. We attacked Iraq under the guise of we're fighting against terrorism even though Iraq had fuck all to do with 9/11. Oh, but they had weapons of mass destruction. No such weapons existed, but much of the general public was still on board with this pointless fucking war because 9/11 was still fresh in their minds, so therefore, much of the general public here in America wanted to see Middle Eastern blood spilt. And that's exactly what this song is about. The Bush administration and the media alike preying upon the narrow-mindedness, paranoia, and in a lot of cases, flat-out bigotry of much of the American public to get them on board with these wars that we shouldn't even be fighting. And these are the people who Green Day so aptly calls American idiots. This doesn't even take a serious amount of analysis. The lyrics make it very fucking obvious what this song is about. Don't want to be an American idiot, don't want a nation under a new media, and can you hear the sound of hysteria, the subliminal mind fuck America. Welcome to a new kind of tension, all across the alienation, where everything isn't meant to be okay, in television dreams of tomorrow, we're not the ones who are meant to follow, for that's enough to argue. Well, maybe I'm the... not saying that word, America. I'm not part of a redneck agenda. Now everybody do the propaganda and sing along to the age of paranoia. I mean, these are very apropos lyrics for the time because, again, much of the general public were in support of a pointless war because they weren't thinking logically. A horrible terrorist attack just happened a few years ago, and they think that every Muslim is going to hijack a plane and fly it into a building. But now people are mad at Green Day because in the line, I'm not a part of a redneck agenda, they swap the word redneck with MAGA. And in reaction to this, people are like, oh my god, Green Day doesn't like Trump? They used to be anti-establishment. Now they're for the establishment. How fucking bad is your listening comprehension? For at least the last 20 goddamn years, Green Day never made their disdain for conservatism a fucking secret. In 2016, when Trump was still on the campaign trail, Green Day would chant during shows, no Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. So it's not like their distaste for Trump and his supporters were a fucking secret for a long time either. According to Independent, in reference to the MAGA agenda line, the band has used the lyric change since at least 2019 when they performed at the iHeartRadio Music Festival in Las Vegas. So even this line change is nothing fucking new, but somehow this is some big revelation to conservatives. Elon Musk even jumped on board with getting offended over this line change. He responded to this tweet from Not the Bee. Green Day tried to prove they're still cool by changing their lyrics to slam the MAGA agenda on TV last night. Clown emoji. Elon Musk writes, Green Day goes from raging against the machine to milk-toastedly raging for it, laughing emojis. I love how Elon always postures himself as this edgy outsider who is anti-establishment when he is literally the richest man in the world and grew up as a rich kid who directly benefited from African apartheid because his family owned an emerald mine over there. You, Elon, you are the machine, and so is Trump. He wasn't some Joe Schmo from Kentucky before he was president. He was a wealthy businessman from New York City. And when he was in office, he provided tax cuts that heavily favored major corporations and the 1%. You don't get any more establishment than that. So please spare me the talk of Trump is anti-establishment. These days, it's more punk rock to be a Trump supporter. Trump is just like any other piece of shit politician in the sense that he is in the pocket of major corporations and wealthy Americans. But, you know, of course, he's uniquely bad in the sense that he refuses to acknowledge he lost the 2020 election and instructed his followers to reject democracy and attack the Capitol building because he lost fair and square. But anyways, Green Day's politics has never been a secret. Same thing with other political bands like Rage Against the Machine or System of a Down. So stop being so shocked and offended when these bands who have worn their left-wing politics on their sleeves for fucking decades espouse left-wing talking points. And it's such bullshit too, because whenever these bands do espouse left-wing talking points and all of these conservatives get all mad and offended, they always say, I liked it when these bands weren't political. It's not that you're not a fan of these bands supposedly going political, even though they've always been political, but anyway, it's just that you don't like that they're espousing politics that you disagree with. Because do you ever hear this in reference to, say, Ted Nugent? Oh, I used to like Ted Nugent, but then he went political. No. Whenever I hear people talk about their distaste for Ted Nugent, they dislike him being a right-wing kook. They don't just dislike him solely because he, quote-unquote, went political. But me personally, even if Ted Nugent wasn't a right-wing crank, I would still think his music is shit, save for Stranglehold. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Just be fucking honest for once. Whenever someone whose work I enjoy espouses politics that I really don't agree with, I say, yeah, I'm disappointed that this person is right-wing. I don't just blanketly say, I don't like that this person is political. And you're the same way whenever a celebrity espouses left-wing politics. You just don't like that they're left-wing, because you clap like seals whenever a public figure agrees with your side of the aisle. I mean, fuck. On top of being a businessman, your guy was a reality TV star before he was in office. But anyway, that's enough of that. Looking forward to Saviors, the album Green Day has coming out later this month. It sounds promising, way better than that miserable pile of shit Father of All from a few years ago. If they had played any Father of All songs during that performance, that would have offended me. I would have gotten my pitchfork out ASAP. But the less I think about that album, the better. That's all I have to say. Bye-bye.